to be successful in the long term is to stay organized. And at Stony Brook, that could mean asking for a shared Google Drive to keep all of your different assessment materials together, or working collaboratively through using a form like Qualtrics or Google Forms so that everyone has access to information that's collected.
That we recommend meeting with Krista or Catherine once a semester, especially leading up to the assessment deadline.
One tip I would offer is the importance of engaging the faculty in the process. In our school, we get together at the end of each academic year to review 2 of our 9 program outcomes. Coming together as a group, you have the knowledge of the courses across the entire program, and it really adds to the assessment process.
Along with other people in my department, I developed a map, a calendar of which courses we will be evaluating each semester and kind of the cycle of that. So at the beginning of every semester, I look at that calendar, and then I have a template that I've developed that I adjust to send to the instructors of the courses to be evaluated, and just kind of let them know what's going on and to ask them to think about how they will assess their students' achievement of the designated learning objectives for their course.
So, what I have found to be really successful for me is collaborating with another colleague. I know it sounds really simple, but a colleague and myself, she and I teach the same class. What started out as simply looking at our assessments in the class has now blossomed into we're looking at how we teach the class, the setup of the class, the work that we do in the class.
Assessment is not something that you do for compliance for an accrediting body or simply to check the box. But when you build out a program, build it with the intention of gathering information that's going to help students, that's going to better your curriculum.
I didn't feel comfortable using one method because we evaluate the students using a more holistic approach. So I scheduled a meeting with OEE, and I learned that I could use a variety of assessment methods if I want to gather more comprehensive data.
I think of producing a program assessment report the way you would prepare for teaching a course for the first time. To me, there are 2 main components. First, obtain lecture notes of 1 or 2 faculty who've taught the course. Analogously, ask the Office of Educational Effectiveness for copies of some good program assessments of other departments. Second, step back from the specifics and think about the big unifying themes of the course. Analogously, step back from the assessment details of individual courses and think about the overarching intellectual themes of your discipline, the program goals that individual courses should be developing.
Assessment in itself isn't going to be a silver bullet that just fixes any problem, but it can be a starting point to help you really focus in on what your program or department might need to pay more attention to.
I think in the long run, these assessments can help us determine if course reserves are needed. Strategic placement of courses, prereqs, classroom size, and even staffing.
By coming together to analyze the data as a group, we have information about courses across the program.
I have found great success with meeting with the people from OEE. I enjoy meeting with them individually. I think they have so much to offer. But what I've really found to be useful is group work.
What I have found to be a very valuable piece of this equation is curriculum mapping. Identifying what those program level outcomes are that you want students to have and seeing where they're being introduced, reinforced, mastered, and of course assessed. Doing a curriculum map will help you to identify gaps in the curriculum and work with your faculty to better integrate it so that the experience for the students is a better one.
But performing a formal assessment forced me to do things that I hadn't done before, such as establishing benchmarks. And when I did that, I identified a particular course that was considerably below the benchmark I set up for other courses.
It supports faculty development, which is key in promoting assessment. They work with faculty individually, and there's also opportunity for formal workshops. But it helps support developing measurement to assess our curriculum. And the value of this is to make sure we stay student-centered learning, which we're experts at this university, that we continue to promote best evidence in education through updated educational and innovative practices,